Yeah, orange and white. Orange. We're gonna go with these dark uniforms. Gotta even it out, right? Yeah.
Now, the good news is that the winds aren't as violent as they were yesterday in Chicago, but it's still pretty darn cold. To be expected, I guess, for December football at Soldier Field. Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the Green Bay Packers and the Chicago Bears. It's a rivalry that dates back to 1921. The Packers and Bears are underway from Chicago. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's second down. These two teams, you may remember, they met up at Soldier Field earlier this season with the Bears winning that one. So they're looking for the series sweep here in Chicago. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw, it's Rodgers. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Josh Allen, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. But just 2 plays in, and Charles already their first sack defensively.
Yeah, how about that? That didn't take long, did it? And now they look at 3rd down, and that's another time to try and go and get the quarterback too.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
They certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. It's taken to the 26. A very good return there, giving an even 20 yards. And the Bears take over. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Once again, it's Jacobs. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
They'll run right here with Jacobs. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. They go with Jacobs. And he's got the 1st as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th.
At first glance, I actually wasn't sure that he got it, but he ended up getting it by about a full yard.
He certainly did, but it took a little effort, didn't it? Took some nice push, a little crease inside, and some determined running to make sure that he got the 1st down.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 23 yards on the play. Here we go now on 1st and goal. Here's Jacobs. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Josh Jacobs with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bears will jump on top with the game's 1st score here this afternoon. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
And they enter play here in this one on a 2-game win streak, plus they come off the open week as well. So
left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here, 1st and 10.
Hey, did you have one of those backyards that you had one of those, like, mats or pits like you have for high jumpers, and you know you had your friends throw the ball and you tried to make the spectacular catches?
I didn't need a mat.
you just did it with the ground?
Absolutely.
That explains your toughness. That explains your toughness right there, because I think that guy was raised just like you. What a catch.
Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. Complete to Jones. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
2nd and 14. Rodgers going to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Rodgers to throw once more.
He'll drop this underneath for Jones.
And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down.
Brandon, it certainly looked like they had that play defended well, but it still almost worked. Got it to the running back. He wound up getting really good yardage out of it, but it was 3rd and long, and they were able to rally and stop him before he could get to the marker.
They'll run for it with Dillon.
And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Back to Dillon on 1st down. Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37.
They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Rodgers to throw. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Up the middle, Jones.
And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25.
11 yards and a Green Bay Packer 1st down.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Rodgers now on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air and defensively. They were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. 14 yards that time for number 14. Well, Charles, before the game, we were talking with him and said, hey, you know you're close to 65,000 career passing yards.
I can't believe you did that to him. How did you do that?
He just kind of smiled and walked away, but he just passed that number, 65,000 career passing yards.
I always get a kick out of it when they don't want to talk about it. But if you had said a number that was incorrect,
he
would have corrected you and then said, but I'm not really thinking about it.
Congratulations, Noah. Now just 5,000 away from 70K. Unbelievable. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That was a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Here's Jones again on 2nd down.
And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass pretty well, too. Very difficult task right now.
This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
On 3rd down, here's Dillon.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. It's rare that a man his size can at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about Tiny? You talking about the little guy back
Tiny.
there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Jacobs going to try the middle and give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Well, that was the thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
44 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Two minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
On play action, Fields.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away.
Cleveland will hold on to it, and they will start the drive at the 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
A good pickup there, 21 yards.
I know you're trying not to scoreboard watch, but you only got 3 points. You're kind of hoping that that type of play there gives you some positive momentum going into the half.
Yeah, need to do something to get more than that 3 number that they have on the scoreboard right now.
A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
Here's Rodgers.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Rodgers now to throw. And that is incomplete.
How about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. And the ball is knocked out, and this is picked up by the Bears. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. So they tried it. Not only did they not get the first, they fumbled it away.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it went from bad to worse, but I know that everyone's going to pile in on the call and say, well, what are you doing? Why would you go for it there? I think that teams that are convinced that they feel pretty good about their game plan, what they want to get done that day, go for it. Give it a try. Hey, let's see if your defense can rescue them a little bit.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Check 26, check 26. Kill.
On second down, Jacobs. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. On the ground, Jacobs will get the third quarter started. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12.
Check, 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 check.
On the handoff, this is Jacobs. 62 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the third down stop. A play fake, now Fields to throw. He hits Mooney going across the middle. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 23 yards, the final tally.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. They run it with Jacobs, and he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Check 24, check 24. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. He's coming. Double up, double up.
On third down, here comes Jacobs. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Calling no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. He handed it off there, but I don't really know if he would have kept it or tried to do anything else if it would have mattered.
Yeah, it's not always a wrong read when a play gets stacked up. Sometimes they're just at the line of scrimmage. There's just too many bodies to maneuver.
And as a result, now they're looking at a 4th down.
Watch the safety creep.
They'll go for it and run a little touch pass here. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. And the gadget play here on 4th down winds up backfiring. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. On 1st down, Rodgers. Flush to his right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
We're glad you're with us from Soldier Field in Chicago. 3rd quarter here, 2nd and 10. From the shotgun to give to Jones. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down, and you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Man open, here is Jones. And he is going to have a Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
From their own 40 to the other 40. The gain of 20 leads to 1st and 10. An inside give to Jones. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. On play action, it's Rodgers. And he's got Pierce. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 21. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break contain and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now it's Rodgers. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Josiah DeGuara from 21 yards away. And the Packers have got it back to within a score. So a strong drive here to lead off this 3rd quarter and gets them right back in this football game.
And I think we can safely call that a statement drive because they had to be saying, we didn't put our best foot forward in the first half, but we certainly mean business now. Maybe a better term, a prove-it drive. it to themselves that they were ready to go.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of two-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the 3rd quarter.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That'll put him at 66 receiving yards now for the game, and he's got a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Check it back, check it back. Check 24, check 24.
We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second and 8.
Watch the run, watch the run. Check 37, check 37, check 52, check 31, check 31. Let's go. Check, check, check.
Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play. That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27.
88 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
I think there's a fatigue factor that's kicking in defensively. You know the will is still strong, but I think the offense is starting to bend it just a little bit, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. It's looked that way. We'll see if they can continue this already strong drive. They'll run right here with Jacobs. doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Jacobs is into the end zone for a Bears touchdown. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Rodgers. He's got his man. It's Pierce. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Throwing is Rodgers. That one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'm guaranteeing he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Now Rodgers, gotta have this one. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the fourth quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, fourth quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for a 4-minute offense. This offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Yeah, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it. And let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. 128 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Running is Jacobs. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Rashawn Gary, the man to bring him down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. 5 yards remain on second down. Going on the ground with Jacobs. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Here's Jacobs. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They'll run it with Jacobs, and he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. They go with Jacobs, and he's not going to get there. They tackle him at the 2. They gave it to him in search of his 3rd touchdown, but he's denied. And the Packer defense stands tall down by the goal line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that 4th down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
Rodgers now on 1st down. Flushed out right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, they've certainly had trouble unlocking this defense through 3.5 quarters, so I don't expect it to get any easier now. You know they're going to be sitting back and waiting on everything, and they force an incompletion there.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. To throw is Rodgers.
That's complete to Pierce.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down. And again, it's Rodgers. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Bears, it'll be a 13th win on the year. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Atlanta Falcons next week. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, it's a late season stumble as they're going to fall to 12-2.